Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here, and today with Toonami's ratings from February 13th, 2021. Let's start at the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Dragon Ball Super at a 0.20, Attack on Titan at a 0.20, The Assassination Classroom at a 0.17, Fire Force at a 0.16, Black Clover back in the block at a 0.13, Gridman at a 0.12, Naoto Shippuden at a 0.11, and the Demon Slayer at a 0.09. Overall, this was another okay week for the block. It wasn't a bad ratings week. We've had some really ugly weeks in the recent past. And this week probably is very comparable to last week. But one thing I want to point right at the top of the block I thought was interesting was the fact that Attack on Titan actually matched Dragon Ball Super at a 0.20. And this I thought was pretty interesting because it's no short secret that at least the Toonami airing of Attack on Titan for the dub has been pretty lackluster so far for the final season, season 4. But Dragon Ball Super, usually always the bellwether for the block. Usually if it goes up, the block goes up. If it goes down, the block goes down. And here we see it actually go down a tiny bit, 1/100th. But the rest of the blocks seem to still do fine. And you had, again, Attack on Titan. I guess people are now knowing, or I guess over time they have learned that Toonami is carrying the dub, and it's actually the premiere of the dub is on Toonami. It does not get the sub is online, of course, before the dub, but if you want to see the dub when it first comes out, you have to watch it on Toonami, which is kind of the one selling point here. And it took a few weeks, but appears that is finally starting to pay off with the rating it got this week. But another note is we had Assassination Classroom move up from 2 a.m. to 1 a.m. for this past week. And of course, it went up because it's in a more favorable slot. However, to 0.17, it doesn't necessarily have the type of retention that the middle of the Toonami block historically gets. Toonami, especially in recent histories, big strong suit might be its retention in the middle of the block. However, you notice you have a steady decline in the ratings throughout, with Assassination Classroom dropping 300ths, Fire Force dropping another 100th, and then you have Black Clover 300 slower than that. And that remains to see with Black Clover. Black Clover got announced, I believe, a couple weeks ago that it's coming back onto Toonami because it was pulled off, I believe, in November because of the slow dubbing rate by Funimation. And now it's back. At least Toonami, I believe, believes at this point that there's enough episodes of a buffer so that they don't have to necessarily worry about having to replace Black Clover, I believe, until it ends at episode 170. But here at a 0.13, even at 2 in the morning, is kind of a disappointing number for Black Clover. When Black Clover was pulled off the air, it had become one of the consistently better rated shows on the block. So to see it this low is disappointing. Maybe it's one of those things where, with word of mouth that it's back on Toonami, over time the ratings will slowly increase back upward. However, that remains to be seen. Like I said, that's probably what happened for Attack on Titan. But Black Clover was very heavily promoted on Adult Swim this lead up. It was probably the most promoted Toonami broadcast for this upcoming week, this past week. And then again, after Black Clover, you had SSSS Gridman. Again, at a 0.12, a drop once again. SSSS Gridman, even considering the just really poor slot it was put in from the beginning, always is underperformed. And you can argue it's kind of, in a weird way, a holdover since it was announced last year. Holdover of basically the series of bad decisions Tommy made throughout last year in terms of pickups. Admittedly, it's because there was not that much they could have picked up. But SSSS Gridman appears to fail in a way that's something that Assassination Classroom didn't. But again, it'll be interesting to see how that ends up. I believe there's like 5 or 6 episodes left of that show. And then again, you have the reruns in Shippuden and Demon Slayer getting numbers that they consistently get, so there's nothing to really say here. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen next week on the block in Toonami? I believe 2 Saturdays from now, Food Wars is coming back to the block at 1 in the morning. But what do you guys think? What are your opinions? Leave your comments down below. If you like this content, if you want more Toonami news content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am the Super Orange Cat, and that is all.